Okay, think about your hotel's front door for a second. Now imagine that door is digital, and it's open 24/7 to the entire world. That's your online reservation system. So in this explainer, we're going to talk about the only security guard that can actually watch that door effectively, artificial intelligence. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career right at the intersection of hospitality operations and technology. It is a genuine pleasure to welcome all the students from Europe Hotel School to this online learning journey. We're really looking forward to supporting your growth in this incredible industry. So that brings us to the big question, right? If your digital front door has to be open for business all the time, how do you protect it from threats you can't even see? How can you possibly tell the difference between a valued guest and a very clever fraudster who's trying to get in? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
And this really gets to the heart of the problem. Your online reservation system, the thing that brings in all your business, is also your single biggest vulnerability. Every single booking that comes through is a potential risk. And in hospitality, those risks can add up fast.
Let me tell you, there is no word that a hotel manager dreads more than charge back. Because it's not just about losing the money from the booking. No, it's so much worse. You lose that revenue, plus you're out the cost of labor, cleaning, amenities, everything you spent on that fraudulent stay. It's a painful double loss that hits your bottom line hard. So where do these chargebacks come from? Well, they usually happen in one of two ways. The first is an account takeover, where a fraudster gets into a loyal guest account. The second, and more common, is just a simple transaction with a stolen credit card. The end result, though, is exactly the same. The hotel is the one left footing the bill. So, what can we do about it? You can't just hire more people to stare at transactions. This stuff happens in milliseconds. The only way to fight this is with a solution that's just as fast and just as smart. You need an intelligent guardian. You need AI.
So what makes this AI so smart? Well, it's something called global network data. Think of it like a giant neighborhood watch for the entire internet. The AI is connected to this huge network of thousands of businesses, all sharing information about known fraud in real time. So if a bad actor tries something at an online store, your hotel can know about it instantly.
All right, so you get the what. Now you're probably wondering about the how. How on earth does an AI make a decision this critical in literally less than a second? Well, let's pull back the curtain and look at the anatomy of an AI decision.
It all happens in the blink of an eye. The moment a guest clicks book, the AI springs into action. In milliseconds, it analyzes thousands of different signals, generates a single risk score, and then makes a decision, approve or block. This is all happening before the guest's confirmation page even has a chance to load. Just take a moment and let that number sink in. Over 16,000. That's how many different data points the AI looks at for every single transaction. We're talking IP address, the device's history, the user's location, even how they physically typed in their information. It's basically a digital forensics team investigating every single booking.
And here's a perfect real-world example of how that global network data works. Let's say a criminal uses a specific phone to make a fraudulent purchase at a retail store in another country. Just a few hours later, they try to book a room at your hotel with that same phone. The AI instantly sees the connection, flags the device as high risk, and the booking is blocked. It's incredible.
Now you might be thinking, okay, this sounds pretty advanced, but how is it really different from the fraud systems we already have? That is a fantastic question. The difference isn't just an upgrade, it's a completely different way of thinking. It's all about learning. You see, traditional systems work on rigid rules. They're like a bouncer with a very strict checklist. If your IP address doesn't match your billing address, boom, you're out. But AI? AI is more like a seasoned detective. It's not just following a list, it's looking at all the evidence, understanding the context, and making an intelligent, informed decision.
And this is why that difference is so important. Those old, rigid systems create something called a false positive. That's when you block a perfectly good customer. And let me tell you, there is almost nothing more infuriating for a guest. You don't just lose that one booking, you risk losing that customer for life. Let me paint you a quick picture. Imagine a business traveler. She's at an airport in New York, and she needs to book a last-minute room for a meeting in London. She finds your hotel, enters her credit card info, and clicks confirm. And transaction declined. Why? Because that old rigid system saw a US IP address with a UK billing address and just said, nope.
It's a terrible experience, and it's exactly what modern AI is designed to prevent.
So, we've covered the what, the how, and the why. But now, let's talk about what this all means for the business. Let's get to the bottom line, the real-world return on investment.
Take a look at this. It's pretty simple, but it's powerful. When a hotel implements a true AI solution, you see three things happen almost immediately. First, chargebacks. Those costly fraud cases, they plummet. Second, false positives. The good customers you are accidentally blocking, they go way down too. And what happens when you do both of those things? Your conversion rate, the number of successful bookings, goes up. You're saving money and making money, all at the same time.
So, if you're going to remember just a few things from today, make it these. AI stands guard over every single transaction 24/7. It directly increases your revenue by letting more good guests book. It saves you a ton of money by practically eliminating chargebacks. And, maybe most importantly, it protects the guest experience. For a modern hotel, it's a total game changer.
You know, securing payments is really just the beginning. We've only just scratched the surface of what AI can do for hospitality. So I want to leave you with a question to think about. As AI secures our business today, how will it completely reshape the guest experience of tomorrow?